This is Lindsay Lohan on her new text buddy, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He's a very modern prince. He doesn't need my permission to choke one out over the phone with me. Also, he doesn't support genital mutilation, or he'd cut my fire crotch out of his diet. All right. He is not down with Linda Sarsour, who does promote genital mutilation. And Colin Kaepernick is also fond of taking pictures of Linda Sarsour, which is a ridiculous look. That's like sporting a mutilated clit on your fro, bro. Can I get a holla for going back to the well? For more fake news fro, blast for the ages, holla! This is President Trump handing out candy with Melania outside the White House. It's Donald Trump. Obama and Michelle handed out rice cakes, but Michelle blames racism for kids fleeing the White House in droves. You want to know what Melania tastes like? Try some rock candy, kid. Can I get a holla for augmenting the awesome hilariousness of our President of the United States? Holla! This is Barack Obama on woke culture during a presser in Chicago. Calling Trump names on Twitter isn't activism. Michelle telling the Chicago DA to slap Jussie on the wrist for trying to incite a race war because he likes that does. This is Barack Obama on our current woke cancellation culture. Look, you people need to be more compromising and accepting. Heckler yells. Then why haven't you told Democrats to accept the 2016 election results already? Or urged Hillary to cut out all her Russian agent blabber? Can I get a holla for never letting the crooked Hillary Hammer Time Cankles off my target blast hook? Holla! So, where's the DNC server again? Is it anywhere out there? According to Hillary Hammer Time Cankles, she says that the majority of those emails that were deleted were mostly yoga related, which is obviously a stretch coming from her. But she said that the remainder of those emails were detailing funeral arrangements in the woods behind her Chappaqua home in case her daughter Chelsea's fiance at the time decided to increase his asking price before their wedding at the last minute. Can I get a holla for taking my time for that beautifully structured, where truth meets fiction, joke constructed story? Holla! So Obama again on our current cancellation woke culture during a presser in Chicago. Tweeting your latest outrage at Trump doesn't bring about change. Running a shadow government on K Street with deep state loyalist leftovers trying to hide their butts does. Who do you think got John Brennan to convert to Islam? Me! New blog post titles. Inspired by the Joker movie, which is fantastic. So I'm losing my flow. Again, these are new blog post titles inspired by the Joker movie from another aspiring paid comedian, being me. Here we go. Coping more than clowning? Huh? So does my freak everyone out on like the level of like Joaquin Phoenix? Or am I not there just yet? Does my wife need to kick me out of the house, and do I need to end up on Skid Row and get beat up by a bunch of Antifa thugs first? Here's another title about being another aspiring paid comedian like the Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix, who should win every award imaginable. Here we go. Killing dream stompers loudly. One more laugh like that, I'm heading to the crazy bin. Cause he's crazy over the rainbow. He's crazy. Certainly gone swimming. I'm doing my walking swan dance as we speak. Clowns in my head. Can I get another holla for headline hooker Primo Bellagio buffet offerings up the freaking wazoo? Holla! We're going to give a holla for this podcast, Deluxe Delight, showing 0.0 indecisiveness. So basically, the opposite of Jared Kushner at the salad bar at the Bellagio. Can I get a holla for making fun of the larynx-free Jared Kushner? Holla! For the record, Jared Kushner he was a main pusher behind moving our embassy to Jerusalem. His grandparents were Holocaust survivors, and he also played a huge role in help passing prison reform. And he's not collecting a penny for him. So try to feel better about yourselves now. Fake news moralists. I remember reading that Ivanka had made him she admitted to making a 12-minute playlist for their wedding anniversary. Hey now. Then again, I didn't even see Sting lasting that long with Ivanka. I don't know. One more laugh, and I will officially be a slut in a real-life straitjacket. Can I get a holla? For feeling so good about my creative outpouring of hilarity for the entire world to enjoy a long time. Holla! I wouldn't include Barack Obama on that list. So again, this is Barack Obama. This is Barack Obama projecting again. Cancel. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even done with my titles yet. Okay. So what do we got? What are my blog titles inspired by The Joker by Todd Phillips? So we got Coping More Than Clowning, Killing Dream Stompers Loudly, Clowns in My Head, Tears of a Recruiter Clown, and my personal favorite, my clown origin story. Can I get a holla for putting a spotlight on my origin clown story, where my dad says, nobody cares about your opinions. Or when I didn't get into when I started a podcast, or when I didn't get into the Nickelodeon paid writing program. My father said, you're not funny enough. Holla! We are committed to proving otherwise. Although my daughter's really great. She goes, Daddy, no offense, but like Nickelodeon, really? Like Wonder Pets were on our way, and you decided to send an American Dad there? Wouldn't really call that their target audience material. No offense. I love that story. You can all check it out on my blog. It's called Death of an Astronaut, and it's like a story within a story about Stan Smith, who is the only astronaut who never made it to the moon before Obama pulled the plug on NASA. Before Trump became president and brought Space Force in the house. So, apparently the script was read by a bunch of VPs in production, and I got a letter from the head of the program encouraging me to reapply, and then I did a Louis, and that didn't get accepted, but nonetheless, Nick DiPaolo read it, and that was great, and he loved it. And then Roman Pilot, he wasn't doing cartwheels over, but nonetheless, it feels good to impress arguably the third best roaster of all time, and at the same time, be able to talk shop with Nick about Louis C.K. And this is, before, we found out that he basically spent every summer since he became a comedian of power to whacking it till his fingers bled, till the summer of every year since he became headliner. Holla! I messed up that flow. So this is my impersonation of Louis C.K. Coming out to perform at the Comedy Cellar after all of his like specials were taken down from Netflix and HBO, which is ridiculous. Okay, I mean, what are they going to take down next exactly? The Rocky statue in Philly because it promotes white supremacy. Can I get a holla for A plus old school joke? Probably about 2 years. Hasn't lost any of its in your face. You knock him down. Why don't you try knocking me down? Holla! It's me and my daughter. Daddy. Actually, it's like this. This is me talking to my daughter. Matilda, when she can only like string two words together. We do this routine at the deli. Say, Matilda, what happens in Rocky IV? And she would say, Apollo dies. So this is my impersonation of Louis C.K. again, performing at the Comedy Cellar after coming out of hiding. I still jerk off to Sarah Silverman in a hoodie. Sorry. What do you want from me? Internet searches for Jewish MILFs come up empty on mountainofmuff.com. Sorry. Do you feel better about yourselves now? You disgusting, hypocritical animals. It's still, like what Chappelle said, like, yeah, they could have left the room, but it's still a creepy scumbag move. I mean, like, can you, like, make a move on them? I mean, I understand how, like, jerking off is, like, bare minimum involvement and you don't really care about, like, pleasing someone else, but I mean, you got a huge hotel room. You had a good set. Get some lube and call it a day. And then all the talk about him like paying off managers, the silence people. Meanwhile, I never heard of these female comedians who spoke out, but again, whipping it out in dressing rooms. It makes me feel better about my creepy glare that's reminiscent of Louis. But let's get back to Barack Obama bashing, shall we? So it's Barack Obama on woke culture during a presser in Chicago. We need to be a more accepting culture. Then why couldn't you shake Trump's hand in the White House without looking like your community organizer cred was revoked? What will Samantha Bee bitch about when President Trump actually rewards the Delta Force dog hero with the Purple Heart of Valor? He didn't ask for Obama's permission to use the same graphic designer who photoshopped the ukulele on his birth certificate. Can I get a holla to Dave Mustaine? May he recover from his throat cancer, because he's the one that actually made me aware that there was a ukulele photoshopped on his birth certificate. Holla! Peace sells, but who's buying? Peace sells, but who's buying? So this is my mom being passive-aggressive over the phone again. It's going to rain during Halloween. What a bummer. Scoops. I reply, Arizona in the rain looks like a pile of wet rocks. That's a bigger bummer, Mom. No offense. Especially during our guilted upon forced visit against our will in April last year. So this is me on the phone with my mom after she briefly talks to my 3 kids. And I have to like clarify that she was talking to like Samuel, who's the baby, who could only say Mimi every other second. Here we go. She says to my mom says, I have a hard time hearing the kids over the phone. And I said, visiting twice a year makes it harder to reach out and touch someone. Also, you're a snoozier storyteller than Adam Schiff on NyQuil. I obviously didn't say that. Very tempting text to send, Mom. Your Vanguard fund must be showing impressive returns these days. Which reminds me, did you ever get a thank you note from Jane for your wedding gift? Because we didn't. It's my wife on the phone. Are you sure Matt didn't text you a thank you for the bourbon? Did you check Facebook? And I say, I'm not that desperate to track down a shout out in my honor. I have my Twitter peeps and WordPress followers for that. This is the Do It All Dad Year podcast. Dad friendly entertainment for you and me. Controlling our kids' economy can make our kids great again. I'm going to be dressing up as a deadhead to watch the Dark Star Orchestra at the Capitol Theater tonight. If any of you adoring fans are deadheads, you could look for the Hugh Grant character on stilts wearing a Grateful Dead shirt and a black hoodie, looking forever young. And interesting side note, Bob Dylan, when he played with the Dead, he tried to play with the Dead, meaning he wanted to become a permanent member. And at the time, Jerry Garcia, was like, we already named an album like Dylan and the Dead, to preserve your ego, Bob, and with your permission, we'd like to sing Visions of Johanna, but, when it's all said and done, we're capable of selling out Giant Stadium, and you could barely fill out, a minor league, ballpark for your Rolling Thunder tour. And no offense, baby boomer arrogance never dies, so I'm sure that you'll have enough baby boomers that could fill up a minor league stadium the next time you decide to do that tour again. I'll talk to you guys soon.